You've splashed it on noodles, dipped sushi in it, maybe even drowned your fried rice in it. But that little bottle holds a story thousands of years old. From fermented soybeans to the savory condiment on your plate, this is what's really inside soy sauce and how it's made. Soy sauce may feel like a recent convenience in kitchens across the world, but it's been around for a long time. The ancient version of soy sauce was used in China over 2,000 years ago. It wasn't a liquid at this point in time, it was a paste used to preserve meat or grains or vegetables in a refrigerator-less world of the time. A thick fermented paste called jiang. As it traveled to Japan, Korea, and then elsewhere, soy sauce slowly transformed over time. The Japanese created shoyu, the Koreans had gochujang, and the paste turned into the dark, flavorful liquid we have today. Each culture put its own spin on the sauce, but they all fermented soybeans with grains in the end. At its core, real soy sauce comes from just a handful of ingredients: soybeans, wheat, salt, water, and something called koji mold. So let's walk through the heart of soy sauce, the slow, messy, and surprisingly simple process that turns beans and grain into dark, savory sauce. The soybeans are soaked first, and then they're cooked until they're tender and breakable. Before being crushed or cracked to ensure it blends well with the beans, the wheat is roasted to bring out nutty, toasted aromas. Why steam and roast? Steaming makes the beans easy for microbes to work on. Roasting the wheat adds aroma and a little sweetness that shows up later in the sauce. After this, the cooked beans and crushed wheat are mixed together to make the base. Next, the bean and wheat mix is spread out and inoculated with koji, a safe, helpful mold people have used for centuries. Now, don't be freaked out by the word mold. This is one of the good kind. Over the course of a few days, it grows on the mix and makes powerful enzymes. Those enzymes break big molecules down, proteins become amino acids, and starches turn into sugars. This step actually sets the flavor foundation for everything that comes after. After the koji does its work, the mixture is mixed with the strong salt water called brine. The salty mash is called moromi. Salt slows down bad microbes and gives the right environment for helpful ones. Over months, often 6 months to a year or even more, yeast and lactic acid bacteria join the party. Yeast makes small amounts of alcohol and aroma compounds. The bacteria make acids that add a gentle tang and keep things safe. The moromi is often left in large vats and stirred regularly. Over time, the color darkens, the taste deepens, and the sauce becomes smooth and rich. That long fermentation is where real depth comes from. When the moromi is aged enough, it's pressed to squeeze out the liquid. The first pressing is the best, lighter, clearer, and full of complex flavor. The leftover solids can be pressed again for lower grade sauce or used elsewhere. The liquid is then allowed to settle and is often pasteurized to stop fermentation, stabilize flavor, and bring out aroma. Some makers filter or blend different batches to keep the taste even, and then it's bottled. That final step, a little heat and time, helps lock in the flavor you pour at the table. From here, it's time for bottling. The soy sauce is pumped into sterilized containers, whether glass bottles, plastic jugs, or large bulk drums, to keep it safe and fresh. Caps are sealed tight, labels are applied, and the bottles are boxed for shipping. From a quiet, slowly fermenting vat, the sauce now begins its journey to store shelves and eventually to your kitchen table. After all that time and care to produce great soy sauce, the product will be used in different ways and flavors depending on how it was produced and what it's intended for. Most commonly is light soy sauce, thin, salty, and sharp, most frequently used to season the dish without overpowering it. A quick infusion of flavor comes into play with soy sauce and quick cooking methods such as stir-fry or dipping sauces. Dark soy sauce is the next variety, fermented longer than light soy sauce. It has a small amount of molasses or sugar often added as part of the finish. Dark soy sauce will be thicker, slightly sweet, with deep color added to braised meats, noodles, or marinades. Next we have tamari, a soy sauce variety originating from Japan. It typically has little or no wheat at all and falls into the naturally gluten-free category. It's a byproduct of miso making and provides a thicker, less salty flavor. It works best as a dip for sushi or to be added in a variety of soups for added flavor. Some types of soy sauce are double fermented. This is when fresh soybeans and wheat are added with an already brewed batch that allows for a second fermentation, resulting in flavors that are bolder and stronger than a standard soy sauce. This process produces a more complex flavor. Finally, flavored versions of soy sauce exist, sometimes sweetened, spiced, or infused to match a particular region or dish. While the traditional soy sauce relies on months of slow fermentation, not every bottle on store shelves takes that patient route. Many industrial versions skip the long wait and use a faster method called acid hydrolysis. In this process, soy proteins are broken down using strong acids in just a matter of days. The end product lacks the multi-layered complexity that comes from natural fermentation, but it nevertheless has a salty, savory flavor similar to real soy sauce. These shortened versions frequently include artificial flavors and preservatives to prolong shelf life, as well as a caramel coloring for a rich brown appearance to compensate for the lost depth. Compared to naturally fermented soy sauce, the flavor is typically harsher and less balanced, but it's a simple and inexpensive way to make big quantities. Some suppliers try to find a middle approach, blending naturally brewed soy sauce with soy protein that was processed chemically to save on costs, as well as to retain a flavor that's a shell of the part of the natural fermented taste. But if you've had a soy sauce that's flat and too salty without a smooth umami finish to it, chances are you are tasting the difference between tradition and speed. If you want to taste soy sauce the way it's meant to be, the label is your best guide. A truly brewed soy sauce will usually have just a few ingredients: water, soybeans, wheat, and salt. You might also see koji or fermentation culture listed. That's a good sign. On the other hand, if the label lists things like hydrolyzed soy protein, caramel color, or a long list of preservatives high up in the ingredients, you're probably looking at a shortcut version. Those add-ins are there to imitate the flavor and look of real soy sauce rather than letting time and fermentation do the work. A quick rule of thumb: the shorter and simpler the ingredient list, the more likely you're holding the real deal. Soy sauce isn't just a salty liquid in a bottle. It's history that you can taste, science you can smell, and craftsmanship you can see in every drop. From ancient kitchens to modern tables, it's the result of months of care, patience, and natural magic. So next time you splash it on your food, remember, you're tasting tradition. If you like this journey of soy sauce, make sure you hit like and subscribe for more food stories.